What does God look like? What do you see?
We're solar-powered biological AI.
Wait, what?
These ancient adversarial entities, I think it's the very same ones that rebelled against God and were cast out.
They were sent here to guide us in antiquity, and they took advantage of that and just masqueraded as gods. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Greypilled Podcast. Got some special guests for you today. I am joined by those Nephilim boys, Nephilim Death Squad.
What up?
They're in the house, Top and Raven. Guys, what's going on?
What up, baby? Thank you for having us. By the way, I know I said it the last time I was on here, but you have a great intro. That's not made by Laney, is it?
It is.
It is, dude. I can tell Laney has a creative touch that really, it's a brand. Laney's got a brand.
It's an aesthetic that
it is.
Yeah,
it
man.
is, and he crushes it.
He did it for the 1 year anniversary. So shouts out Laney.
Yeah,
nice.
Shout out to
I was
Laney.
bringing like stronger energy into the show, but then that has me feeling kind of like laid back, like post-coitus a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Probably how you should feel.
A little romantic.
Guys, welcome to Greypilled. If you haven't been here before, I am your host, Jules, the Elohim etymologist, sound scientist. If you haven't yet, you go over to patreon.com/greypilledpodcast. I got sticker packs sending out. Got 4 new patrons this last week. You getting the sticker packs. Xerox, you too. I guess I'll send it to Canada.
Oh, shout out to Zero. Oh, no. He's in Canada. Don't send him in.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying because Canada's gay. I'm almost certain that whatever you're sending them is illegal in Canada.
No. Just a sticker pack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, they're pretty strict over there.
Well, oh yeah, then it may be illegal. I don't know. Anyway, it's good to see everybody in the chat. What's up, guys? What's going on? Seeing some new faces.
Oh, Atma says send him a gun.
Yeah, he may need one soon. Let me see. Thought I had. Oh yeah, some announcements. Doing our esoteric book review Saturday morning. Don't have any shows planned for the weekend, but I think I'll be doing something Sunday with Paranoid American, and we'll be doing Twin Peaks sometime in between now and Sunday night. So you guys just stay posted. Also tomorrow night, the Occult Rejects, myself, and Sunday Night Secret Society, Chef and Hank, we're getting together for a little Friday night roundtable Swapcast. I think JJ is going to be there, a few other people. So yeah, just figured I'd go ahead and get that out the way before I forget, because I will forget.
Are you making regular content with the Occult Rejects guys?
I am considered, an Occult Reject panel guy now. Do y'all hear that echo?
Yes.
Yeah, that might be my mic. Hold on.
I was planning on ignoring it for the entire show. I was like, let's just nuke this.
All right. Better now?
1,
Yes.
2. There we go.
Yes. We're good. Arcane, Nether Knight, Patrick, Nancy, Hinchy. Wow, man. Doc Shelley, bunch of people here. JC, good to see you. Scott, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, man, I'm like an occult reject now.
Honorary member.
Okay, yeah, man. Nick just sends me the invite, and lately it's been true crime. Been hanging out with Cosmic Peach a little bit. She's pretty cool. You guys should get her on.
We've had her on. She's fantastic. We got to have her on again. She was great. We had her on for sort of an occult Disney episode, and she crushed.
Yeah, she does get into that. I forgot. I have to talk to her about that. Yeah, shout out Julia, man. She calls me Matthew McConaughey. So it's funny. I always used to get that back when I first started, and then it kind of subsided, and now people are starting to say it again. So
I get the guy from Better Call Saul, Lalo.
Lalo, that is you.
Dude.
I'm pretty sure that's your doppelganger. He's your shadow self. Yeah, dude. But anyway, Raven, you've been on here before.
Yes.
It was kind of a while ago, but you came on and you talked about your humble beginnings from the Dick Dudes to the Ravens Watch to what you got going now.
What's
right?
the Dick Dudes?
I used to do a show called Dick Dudes with a...
I can't keep track. It just got like too many shows.
So many shows, dude. So many shows. Yeah, but Dick Dudes was a short-lived but fun show with my co-host Nathan. He's got a page on Instagram, Drawn from the Mind, and he's across the pond. Great guy.
Drawn from the Mind.
Drawn from the Mind. Yeah.
Let's look this guy up. I got it.
The name of that show just always stuck with me. After you talked about it.
It was probably one of the shortest lived shows that I ever did. What's that? Frog Milk was a lot shorter, my wife says.
Frog Milk
was very short. I think it was only like 2 episodes before I realized that.
He did. This guy did like a quick drawing for us, right?
Yeah. He doesn't really draw anymore. He's now a family man, but he was killing it on Instagram years ago. I don't know what he's up to these days, but good buddy of mine. Really enjoyed him.
Fuck you, Scott.
Unbelievable. You let him in here. You let Scott in the chat. This is
dude. He's in all. Yeah. Dude, I've converted these people into being obsessed with Twin Peaks.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I need to be converted because I tried to watch it and I said, it's very slow, very boring.
You get past the first season and like, I don't know. I didn't get in. I was kind of listening to Isaac talk about it, like as I was watching it for the first time. Then I watched it again. And I started kind of pulling symbolism out of it and like some of these esoteric occult undertones and themes that you find throughout it. And it's because like you look at it just from like face value, it's just like a soap opera, basically. I think I'd mentioned before, even my mom was like, "You're watching that show? Really?"
Yeah, that's right.
And
I remember you saying that,
like, you know, like I remember that show. But then I'm watching it a third time and I'm like, fuck, dude. All this shit that I'm reading by Manly P. Hall, like it's all being talked about in this show, and it's there. You know, the Dweller on the Threshold, this Crowley and Black Lodge and White Lodge. It's just it's fascinating. And then it's a TV show, so there's characters that you like. There's some that you hate, and you kind of like fall in love with the show. It's just like a show for anybody, but it's for people who can recognize those things. But anyway, that's another thing.
That's funny. I've been doing my own sort of weird deep dive because I don't do much media these days because if I do, it's like is it cake? Shit like that, like real low commitment stuff. Yeah. But I started listening to Creepcast. That's Wendigoon and Papa Meat. You know those guys?
I've heard of both of them. I didn't know that they did something together.
Wendigoon does like what I'd say lukewarm conspiracy. Nah, he's good. He does like conspiracy entry level shit. He's really good at like covering the bases for like the normie. And I think he even started with the Nephilim. But he does a show with that guy Papa Meat. Papa Meat does animation, so it's kind of like.
Is that the Meat? I was gonna say Meat Cavern, not Meat Cavern.
Meat Cavern. Shout out Meat Cavern.
Yeah. His name is Meat. Fuck, I know who you're talking about.
He's the guy. Is he the guy that does like, all the really gross animation? Like he'll take the Chick-fil-A girl. Remember the Chick-fil-A girl one?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
It's actually that's the guy, right, Top?
Yeah. Steve Harvey is my favorite one that he does. Let me see.
I've never seen the Steve Harvey one, but I've seen the Chick-fil-A girl where she brings the guy down into the basement to show him how the sauce is made, and it's grotesque and disgusting. It's coming out of creatures that they're.
I'm actually sharing. So this is Paige there. Oh, that's well. Here's some of his artwork. Some fucking weird stuff. I don't know, like lips at a Waffle House. But this is the episode. This one here. It's called Mother Horse Eyes. It's
Mother Horse Eyes.
Mother Horse Eyes. It's fucking,
what's that about?
It's
Canyon.
crazy.
Meat
Meat
Canyon.
Canyon. Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah.
Papa Meat. Yeah.
Because we got in the chat we got Meat Cavern.
We have a
not
meat cavern.
Right.
That's
It's
in
a
the
lot of
chat
meat
most of the
going
time.
on. Yeah, it's hard to
He's working
keep
right now,
track of.
probably.
But this is like it's like a Reddit story, and I know David hates this stuff, but it's
Oh, yeah.
entertainment. It's like it's kind of like it's filled with all this esotericism that like you can tell the author, who is unknown, he knows his shit, and he's like weaving this story. The way he does it too is genius, because it's like it's put out there where it's like you might not even see it. So he puts it on one Reddit thread, and then he's continuing part 2 on like, I don't know, Reddit for people that like dogs, and then he'll fucking put it there, and then he'll go like to somewhere else, like, you know, Reddit for like, I need to clean my house Reddit, and he'll put the third part there. So you've got to follow him. But the story is like weave between MK Ultra experiments to what they're calling like flesh meat portals to this mother horse eyes, which is I'm not sure what it is. It's like a euphemism for Satan, almost like the adversary. And it's a fantastic story. But I'm like fucking 16 hours into it's like a 16-hour podcast. It's crazy.
Really? You're that deep
shit,
into
dude.
it?
That deep, and I cannot stop.
You're committed.
I am, yeah, but the story just keeps getting better and better. I mean, like descriptions of like you know, the angels with the eyes upon eyes and wheels upon wheels and things like that. Like the way he's incorporated this into the story is just, man, it's crazy.
I can't get into the
I have to check it out, man.
well, it's all creepypasta though, right? It's all works of fiction, and you know.
Oh, but that's the thing. It's like
I could listen to that at work.
it's
be
like
great.
a work of fiction, but the author, it's hard to tell where the author draws the line of where he's at, because he writes about himself just recently in like one of the newer or the later entries where he's like, you know, he's an alcoholic and he almost gave up on writing, and now he's talking about his roommate who used to be on drugs, but his roommate had an experience basically with one of these entities. So like as he's writing the story, he's blurring the line of where it's fiction and where it's testimony, and it's beautiful because it could be testimony. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
I'll
gonna
give it a
have to check
chance.
it
I'm like you in that I don't really watch much of anything anymore. Although I have picked up a couple of the Marvel films recently. I watched Thunderbolts, which was surprisingly good. And then I because I was inspired by that, I was like, let me go watch this one, Brave New World. Brave New World is weird because it's trash, but it's all based upon the president of the United States turning into Red Hulk. And what's really fascinating is it starts with an assassination attempt, and all of his Secret Service are women. It's really strange. You know, they don't actually manage to shoot him, obviously. Well, I guess that's not so obvious, but
neither did the real one.
And the shooter is a sort of Manchurian candidate who can't remember doing it at all, you know, taking a crack at the president. But it was, all in all, it was a terrible film. I'm trying to give some stuff a chance again. I'm actually optimistic for what's that movie? Fantastic Four. I think that's gonna crush. I hope it's gonna crush.
You said you watched the Thor: Love and Thunder?
I did watch Thor: Love and Thunder, and it was disappointing. I just felt like it was super gay.
Yeah. The beginning's cool when he kills that god.
Yeah.
When he chops that guy's head off. That was a pretty cool scene.
I felt like Christian Bale was doing too much. He was trying to do like some deep method acting shit, and it just kind of came across.
Wasn't the role for method acting.
It wasn't, dude. It wasn't at all. And I don't know. I didn't like it. The whole thing, that and the multiverse of madness, Doctor Strange, that also seemed really gay. So it was like, you know, after
they kind of started off cool though. You know what I mean? Like the early ones were cool, man, and then it just slowly started to get gay, like what you said. You know?
Yeah.
There's really no other word to describe it.
I think it's a demoralization thing. I think what they're trying to do is like, you know, they're giving you your idols, and then they're making you fall in love with them. Especially when you think about how hard Marvel went. I mean, how many movies is that Infinity Saga? It's like nearly 30 movies or some crazy shit like that.
It has to be more by now.
You grow up with it because the first Iron Man came out when we were real young, right? And these films are there as you develop, as you grow older, you galvanize to them, you idolize them, and then they're like, now your idols are gay. And I think that's like a demoralization thing. I don't know what it does ultimately to you, but like even Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man, would, you know, I used to say he was, I don't know, they picked the perfect actor for that role. Well, he came out recently in an article and he said, if you don't like Ironheart, which is a series about a young girl who picks up the mantle of Iron Man, it's because you're racist. So not because it's bad, but because you're racist. It's like all of your heroes, just one by one, they turn around and they betray you. They trans your kids.
Is Ironheart black?
Ironheart is black, yeah.
So does Robert Downey Jr. not remember the movie that he just did blackface?
You mean the greatest movie that Robert Downey Jr. ever did? Tropic Thunder, which will go down in history as one of the greatest comedy films of our generation.
That was like the last of a like dying breed of comedy. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of shit, just not funny anymore, bro.
No, nothing's funny anymore. Everything is about Lena Dunham's pussy. It's all of it is bad. All of it is really bad. I don't know. That's, you know, back to Top's
I love
point.
it. No, it describes it perfectly, man. Like wow. Yeah.
If it's not directly, literally about Lena Dunham's pussy, it's like a narrative, metaphor about Lena Dunham's pussy. It's really bad. All of it is really bad. And because of that, I also don't watch much of anything. I've gotten to the point now where I just roll around in the car. I listen to worship music, and that's pretty much it. And even that I get mad at because there's only 11 songs and I just play them on loop. And I'm like, there's just nothing. It's just, I think I'm just going to go into silence, for a while. I think that's probably for the best.
Silence is good sometimes, man.
Can be.
It helps you process. It helps you think. And I think silence is good. I don't think it's always good to have something going on. I mean, there's always like internal thoughts that I have and stuff, but as far as your attention being taken up by something, I think it's good to break free of that every now and then. So I want to kind of take it back because like I said, this is you guys' first time on the podcast together. I was finally able to get you guys on, finally able to get off work, get on vacation. It's nice.
Is that what the shirt's about?
Yes.
Okay.
No, during summer, I turned into a 60-year-old retired guy in Florida, basically.
Gotta come down to the villages, baby.
I need to. I need to.
It's honestly a little disturbing right now looking at the top part of the screen. I think.
Where's your Hawaiian shirt, you filthy?
I got a shirt that says niggers on. I mean, this says dingers. My bad.
That says dingers, dude. Good God.
For my bad. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to say that, right?
Hey,
I think we're trying to do better.
You're the guest on the show, so
my bad. I forgot this was a PC show. All right.
No, this isn't a PC show. Hey. Oh man, it's great, Pill, dude. Talk about whatever you want to on the show. Literally. And so Top, where did when did you start podcasting?
But I did a show. The first show I ever did, it was called Dick Dudes. It's crazy. me and this gay dude from Vegas. He had no idea what I look like, and we just go and talk about our dicks. It was the wildest thing. It didn't last that long. 6-7 episodes. No. How did I get into this shit? I don't know. I like to tell everybody a different story every time they ask. So let me make it up.
You know why? Because the truth is painful. The truth is like libertarianism.
Yeah. You want to know how I got these scars, Jules? I can tell you. I got into it. Kind of like in the libertarian sphere.
Right.
I started graphic designing. That's really what I do. I guess the best. I'm not the best at it, but that's what I do best, I suppose.
I think you are. I think you're pretty
I'm all right. There's a lot of people that are really good. Like I was just looking at this guy. Like, so I follow, Meat Canyon, Papa Meat. I follow Faceless. These are guys that are even like Sam Hyde. These guys are fucking incredible with what they see and what they bring to life. But that's the fun part about art, because it's like whatever's in your head, if you can figure out the program good enough, you can show it to people. anyway, so yeah, I started with artwork, and I was doing art for like the libertarian space. So Josh Smith on Break the Cycle. I was working for Dave Smith quite a bit. Robbie the Fire, these guys that are in the space, they were much smaller. Dave Smith probably had the following I had when I started, like getting to know him and shit. And then I did a couple of appearances. I think Josh Smith and Tommy Salmon, they were like one of the first people to have me on, and they were like, they want to fucking ask me questions about, so what do you do? What do you think about liberty? Shit like that. So I did it, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. It's not that hard. I thought it was going to be more difficult. And then I guess one thing led to another, and I kind of refused to start my own show because I was just like, everyone has a show, and it's just the market is oversaturated. So I just sat back, I did artwork for people, and I picked my shots. And then it was interesting. I was looking at some conversation yesterday with Cyprian or Vin Armani, right? And he's talking about the Epstein list and all this stuff. And it got me to thinking, like, the first time that I was on Tower Gang was called what the fuck? Something Vin Armani's midget porn or something like that. I don't remember the name of the episode. It was crazy because I was tearing them up online. And Cole and Toad invited me to come on, and we just fucking chopped it up over there. And they liked me, so they kept inviting me back. And then that became the show that I did. And that's kind of how I started podcasting, just kind of guest appearances until I was taken in by Tower Gang, and then eventually started my own show, the Top Lobster Show, which did like 3 episodes. And then David was like, I want to do this with you. And I was like, fine, David, you could fucking do it with me. And then
that's not
exactly how it happened.
I was going to ask how y'all kind of met each other. I know David put in a, I guess you could call it a picture.
An application
For October.
Yeah.
You had something you did on show called October.
That's like the lore of it. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why David did that. I asked him not to, because we were already doing a show together. And I was like, you don't need to show me your dick also. But I guess he felt like he wanted to do that. So he did that. But no, we started the show before that because David, he just messaged me. He was like, hey, man, listen to my show. And I was like,
yeah, that was so no shit. I mean, it was kind of like that. It was like when you don't have, I had never been on Twitter before. So I had only been on for a few months at this point, and
all the rules.
Well, when you start a show and you don't have any relationships with anybody, the way, and this is actually probably decent advice for anybody who's looking to start a show or who has started a show, and it's like, how the fuck do I get my content out there? So basically what I would do is I would do an episode, let's say something simple like the Hat Man, and I would have a guest on. We'd talk about the Hat Man. Then what I would do is I'd make clips of it. I'd go on Twitter, and I would type in Hat Man into the search engine, find recent conversations, because those are the people that are going to respond most likely on a topic, like, recently who's talking about Hat Man. Then I would go and start a conversation. Looks like it's organic. It's really insane. I've sought you out like a monster through the search engine on Twitter. And then once we get to a certain part in the thing, I'll say, I've made some content on this. Here's a clip from it. And so it's like,
that's
really
not what he did for me. He sent me the entire, he's like, hey, look at this entire show. And I'm the type of dude to watch 16 hours of podcasts. So I was like, I'll listen to this. Which
is insane, by the way. Imagine saying to anybody, listen to my podcast, and them going, yeah, all right. Which is one thing. To say, yeah, all right is even, but then to get a message back several days later going, hey, I listened to your podcast. I wasn't even sure that he was a real person at that point. I thought it was like a Somalian scam that I had rubbed up against, and he was going to go, this is great content. Can you just give me your credit card number?
Right. Give me your account information.
That's it. Yeah.
And so y'all just linked up, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
It hasn't slowed down at all either, man. Y'all, I mean, I remember when y'all first started was kind of around the time I had hit up Thomas, kind of like what you did to Top. I hit Thomas up, and I all schizo, like, hey man, you want to see my Pantheon charts? And he was like, yeah, dude, send them through. And apparently, he was like, wow, I actually think you may have something here. And so I was like, let me do promotion for you and this and that. And I went on Reality Czars for my first episode. So, and he was the first person to really, be like, yeah, I'll start a show with you. Sure. And, we haven't done one in couple months. Tom has been busy, but it's about to pick up. I think we may do one this weekend. I mentioned earlier. So
it's a weird grind, man. It's a hard grind to get a podcast organically started. If you're not already somebody who's famous, and then you watch people who have some sort of presence on the internet or some sort of fame, some sort of renown, they'll start a show and it'll suck ass. So it really is a
thanks.
Even though what's that? What'd you say?
I said thanks a lot, faggot.
No. I mean, like, I'm talking like big famous people. Like, I don't know. Think about people that got fired from Fox News or some shit and then went on to try to start a podcast and it's not doing anything. Or some asshole actor who went off and started a podcast and it's not doing anything.
There's a lot of those now.
There's a lot of those. And so the point is, it's a hard ask for anybody to go listen to 2 hours of me talking. That's fucking insane. And so you got a real uphill battle. Thank you, Mark. But it becomes a lot easier when you have some homies. A lot easier when you have some homies. If you're trying to do this by yourself, I know people that they ask me like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I go, it almost doesn't matter what you're doing as much as it matters. Like, are you planning on making friends? Are you planning on building relationships with people? Are you planning on like developing a community? Because without those things, fuck, is it hard. Very hard.
Absolutely. That's kind of like, I when I first started, I was, I didn't get that many plays, and I was for what I thought was putting out good content, probably, shit quality, and could have been edited better. But I was starting off, and I did realize that I kind of had to start, asking people if they wanted to do a Swapcast or bringing someone on for an interview, or to kind of get out there in the community and meet people. It is everything, and it can make or break your podcast, I think. I wanted to say shouts out the Nether Knight for the $2 donation earlier. Obligatory $2 tiered, I think I said that word right, donation as I head northish. Thank you, Nether Knight. Appreciate that.
I believe it's pronounced obligatory.
Obligatory. Thank you.
Wow,
David.
we're good in pronunciation.
Well, I am really good at words.
He's been working on his words as well. There's some words that I don't know if I ever use right, but I still say them.
I've been getting real good at words.
I'm doing like a supercut right now. This is what I spend my time doing. So if like people are like, oh, Top's not in the chats and all this stuff, is like because I am literally scraping through the audio and finding every time David has said gleam or indicative or things like that. And just
tumultuous.
Tumultuous. Is that a real word? You made that. Somebody asked me, they were like, who made that supercut of you saying politics is theater? Like as if it was a hit piece. And I was like, it's literally my own people.
Me and Laney did that. Look,
unbelievable.
Here, let's just we'll click on one of these so we'll show you guys.
What is
it's
it?
wild.
Oh my God, dude, look at how fat I was. The highest. That's what I believe. I believe that we're watching theater.
It's just this, but all day. It's crazy.
I really say the same shit every fucking episode. I don't know if that's indicative of me as a content creator, or if it's just like when you're making, what are we on, like 200 and some odd episodes? Actually, I'll tell you right now because it'll tell me on Apple Podcasts. I believe it'll tell me. So let's say we're in how much, Tom?
353.
353 episodes. After 353 episodes, I think you kind of start saying the same shit over and over and over again. I really do. And also it's something that I feel conviction about. I do believe it's all bullshit. Now I have to use a different word, you motherfucker. I feel like at the upper echelons, politics is sort of like a play. You might call it like a play. I think that would be a good word.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, it is on a stage, right?
Oh shit, touche.
Now top. Okay. So you had when I had scheduled the show with y'all, you told me to look into the Labubu doll,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I wanted to have you on to talk about it, but I was like, fuck it,
Oh.
we're going to be here. So let's talk about it.
Well, yeah, man. So what do you think about it? Now, then I'll kind of give you my take on it.
I've done only surface level research. I know that
Right.
it's some sort of Norwegian demon. And everywhere I go, it's either being sold or given away. So when you go on, like,
that's interesting.
on Whatnot, is that's the part that starts to raise a lot of red flags for me. So Whatnot is where I buy all my Jordans.
Don't show your don't show your oh
Your
my
mind,
god,
dog.
dude. Those are
Okay.
nice dunks. Those are dunks.
I know they're nice.
Those are nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
nice.
Anyway, they do like giveaways and shit when people are bidding on stuff, and everybody is giving away these Labubu dolls, and for seemingly no reason, because there's no TV show around it pushing it. Like, I could understand why Bluey or SpongeBob would be popular because
Mhm.
it's a very popular show. This is just a nothing. It's like a Furby almost, but it doesn't even do what Furby does. It's just a thing, and kids love it. My kids are asking about it. I'm just like, nah.
Can't
And I
have
looked it up.
demons.
It's designed after a Norwegian demon, so they have Labubu and Lafufu or some shit like that. Yeah,
Lafufu?
Yeah, Lafufu is also one of them. I think that I don't know what exactly it means, but I can't help but wonder if you have a physical representation of a demon and it now is in your ownership and in your home, does that translate to some demonic spirit now having access to you or your home? Oh, I call it Lafufu. My 10-year-old daughter and all her friends are into it. Yeah.
yeah. Why?
Yeah, I think you at that point you're kind of giving it consent to your home, to your children, maybe. I do think there's something behind this because it is being pushed, right? And we always kind of find out later on that there's some sinister aspect behind what these people are pushing.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to recognize it a little earlier on because we're so used to the stuff being pushed. Like you said, the Furbies, which I think people have, I don't know if it's kind of the same thing. I don't know if these things talk, do they, or do they make a noise?
They don't do anything. At least Furby, and I'm sure there's something strange about Furby, but at least Furby had this interesting language model built within it where, and it's actually interesting. I've not seen another example like this since Furby, since the late 90s, early 2000s, where Furby started off speaking one way, and then over time, you could train Furby to learn English words. And, train and learn are obviously words that aren't really applicable here because this isn't some sort of sentient being, but that was what it was marketed as. And sure enough, over time, this thing would change the way that it spoke or the prompts or the, the noises that it made to English words. So at least there was something there, something to interact with, something that was new and different, right? I mean, you don't really have toys like that. These Labubu things, they're a lot of them are just keychains. I think they hang off of your whatever you want to clip them to. They don't do anything. They're just cute versions of Norwegian demons. Full stop.
Yeah, because this is right here. It says, you've had people make the claim that it relates to Pazuzu, and I mean that, that may be the case. But the guy already has said, this has nothing to do with that. This is based off of ancient, what did he say, Norwegian and Germanic folklore,
right?
Which is, these are the same demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Pazuzu, these ancient Sumerian, I was going to say Babylonian demons.
It's fascinating. Pazuzu actually came up in the episode that we did when you were on our show, when Lady Gaga did the SNL.
About Lamashtu, right?
Yeah, about Lamashtu. Yeah, Pazuzu was mentioned as, not even being able to stand in the way of Lamashtu or something of that effect. And then here we are once again, Pazuzu enters this kind of conspiracy zeitgeist and is part of the conversation. And that's
And
only not
to
even a year
bring it
later.
back to Mother Horse Eyes, the idea of that entity is like the mother, this all-consuming mother that is like, it's crazy. These children are fond of it, but only until they're out of its grasp do they realize how horrific it was. But it gets you thinking about the mother of monsters kind of thing, the Lamash 2 idea. So this guy, I really suggest you guys check that out. He nails it.
Very interesting too. The impossibly wide smile, which is a pretty common theme when it comes to demonic encounters.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, I was thinking, even if not this particular demon, I don't know if these Labubu things are just like some kind of talisman, maybe. Even some sort of a tulpa, something for a tulpa to possess. Who knows if there's some like great chaos magi somewhere, and they're creating tulpas and just like throwing tulpas into these dolls and giving them to kids. And
well,
so,
if there's already a basis for, you know, Labubu, I don't even like saying it over and over again, but there's already a basis for this, right? There's an anchor point. This comes from something ancient. A tulpa, for lack of a better way of describing it, has to be charged with energy, right? And that energy is your own focus, your own thoughts, your own fleshed out ideas about what this thing is. The more you focus on it, the more something else can inhabit it, because the more you focus on it, the more real it becomes in some dimension, right? So if there's already a history of the Germanic peoples, you know, having quite a fleshed out idea about what it is, well, it might be pretty easy then for it to just re-enter, or maybe not re-enter, but enter the West, because you don't have to build up all of this. You don't have to do what we talked about on the previous show, the back rooms, where you've got to have all this entertainment and YouTube videos, video games, and lore to flesh it out so that it becomes this sort of a location-based tulpa or something like that. Or you don't even have to do the endless creepypastas to create Slenderman, and then that becomes something that's so fleshed out and real in the minds of people that an entity can inhabit it. This already has all that. In fact, it's ancient. There's already cultures that have dedicated a lot of time and thought to this entity. All you got to do is resurrect it. And what better way to do it but through pop culture in the West?
And they've reworded, you know, the whole all our words, right? We don't know half of the stuff that we're really saying.
Oh yeah.
And Valkyrie brought something up right here about a talisman, and talismans.
That's the word I was looking for.
They go back into ancient Germanic, Nordic, those mythologies. And so it's like, wow, what better way to create a talisman and then, you know, invoke the spirit to inhabit these talismans, because that's what this spirit has already done in the past. That's, you know, I mean, this stuff happens all the time. I don't know if I have that saved. Or we could talk about it in a little bit about the doll, the Annabelle doll.
Oh, that's right. I've actually not talked about this at all.
Yeah, here, let me see it.
And every time I see it, I give a dismissive wanking gesture, not because I don't believe in it, but there's just something about the virality of it. And I don't know. I don't know where to place it. Have you seen that top? The dude that died?
Yeah, I don't know the guy though.
This guy right here, it says paranormal investigator Dan Rivera dies suddenly at 54 while traveling across the U.S. with the real haunted Annabelle doll. I mean, this is a great representation of something that is a possessed object, right? A talisman or a tulpa of some sort. I mean, like I said, that this is stuff that we have commonly seen, but when it happens right in front of our faces and given to our children, you know, I'm sure there's people who know about, you know, the Annabelle doll and about haunted dolls, but they don't think twice, you know, about this little this little boo-boo guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question too. It's like, just because that one Annabelle doll was haunted if you believe the story, is it isolated to just that one doll, or does then buying another one, let's say you're a separate person, you buy an Annabelle doll, you hear the story, it invokes the idea, and now this becomes a way for this entity to jump from one Annabelle doll to another, something like that. I have it pulled up here. So it says friends of paranormal investigator Dan Rivera have slammed trolls linking his death to a haunted Annabelle doll with which he was on tour, as it was announced that the pre-planned shows will go ahead. All right, so they're
How did he
upset
get
at
it?
people.
I guess he
He's
bought it,
54.
or
He died suddenly. He could have been vaccinated. Died suddenly at a hotel in Gettysburg. Oh, that's just keep compounding the spiritual
that's even
significance.
creepier. Yeah.
Hours after finishing a 3-day run of his Devils on the Run tour with the Raggedy Ann doll Annabelle. Oh, so I guess he's touring around with it. He's bringing
The
it
name
with
of the
him.
tour is called Devils on the Run.
Devils on the Run. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that needs to stop. Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunter star Jason Hotz wrote on Facebook of those linking the tragedy to the doll. So that's hilarious, right? Because you star on Ghost Hunters, Jason Hotz, and you are upset and saying that it needs to stop. People need to stop linking this guy's death to the fact that he just went on a 3-day tour called The Devil's Run with the most haunted doll known to man. People really need to stop drawing that correlation. That's hilarious. What a
and I mean, the lore behind this doll, plus all the energy conjured up from people talking about it, from people fearing it, especially. I think these horror movies, some of them are made for people. It's kind of like an energy drain. You know what I mean? Sure. Like these real entities are actually, invoked or used, and people fearing this representation of an entity in a movie feeds it in real life. Maybe
I would agree with that. And maybe we should stop and ask a question. At what point does the rampant speculation on the internet, including what we're doing here about Labubu, sweet little Labubu, who never did anything to anybody, are we charging Labubu with enough spiritual energy that now some you remember that whole Slender Man situation where those girls did a horrible thing to another little girl, all at the behest of Slender Man. I wonder how long it is until we start getting horror stories coming out about Labubu told me to.
I think you're absolutely right. How long before we start catching these Labubus on camera, moving or I mean, if one of these things animated in real life or manifested, I think it'd be pretty terrifying.
They need to pick
considering how it looks.
They need to pick a different word here. So this guy, so the New England Society for Psychic Research, meanwhile, announced that the tour would continue, even though this dude died. And they said, we believe with all of our hearts that Dan would have wanted the work to continue, bringing people together, sharing knowledge, and honoring the memory of Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are the people that, created that big ass room of all these talismans and totems or whatever. And then they ended it with, we will carry his spirit in everything that we do. It's probably a poor choice of words, given your occupation and the fact that this guy just died in such a peculiar fashion. Very.
Does that doll then claim his spirit?
I would hope so.
Dude, you have to think about it. How powerful is this damn doll? Because
I don't know.
I'd say it's pretty powerful.
There's a crazy thread. This guy Jacob Israel. You remember Jacob Israel? We had him on the show.
Yeah. I've seen him with y'all. I've seen him on Donut's show before.
Yeah, very cool guy. He used to be a wrestler, right?
No, he used to write for the WWE. So
there we go. Thank you.
He's like pretty good at picking up on a lot of this symbolism and like these clues that are dropped. Sometimes I think he might miss a little bit, but he's on it. He's very much like Donut, where they're looking at everything. Yeah. So he's talking about the doll, the rescue doll. It's called Rescue Annie, the CPR dummy. It's like there's a video or an article saying that it's the most kissed face in the world. And that doll the face is designed after, it's a death mask of a young girl who drowned in the Seine River in France.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And this
So-
is the face they chose.
Yeah, it's insane. Here, I'll pull up his thing. Yeah,
Yeah, images of that. This
Face
death mask.
of the girl that they chose,
Oh
and
my
her
god! Now they
name.
got this bitch too. This
Yeah, but the crazy part is her name is Annie. Rescue Annie, right? And then you have the Annabelle doll, which has some similarities to this doll. I mean, to this death mask. And I guess he's also trying. This might be a little bit of a reach, but maybe not. He's trying to tie this
don't
into,
think so.
yeah, the most recent AI waifu girlfriend from
Yeah.
Elon Musk named Annie, ANI, who is
You know what's
Yeah.
weird too? In Arabic, I believe, Annie. Oh no, in Hebrew, Annie translates to "I am."
Really?
And what's really interesting is Elon Musk makes a tweet recently where he just does the lyrics from Michael Jackson, "Annie, are you okay?"
There
But
it
he
is.
doesn't. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Hey, ANI, you know that's how you spell Anu's name in Egypt.
And it
Ani.
also in Hebrew means "I am." So there's definitely, I think there's 100% something going on.
so tired of this guy.
I think there's something really, really going on there with that little nugget. Annie, are you okay? And you named it. It's interesting because you're trying to bring an artificial intelligence to sentience, and
Mhm.
you're calling it "I am," right? Which obviously that's God. And then what you're doing on top of it is you're making it charged with all this sexual energy because you've effectively made it a girlfriend. For those of you that don't know, they made an AI companion for Grok. Apparently there's a male one, but the female one has been gaining insane traction because she's basically like
the male one's name is even crazier. We can get into that in a second.
Yeah. I saw it today. What the hell was his name?
I forget. It's some gay anime. Oh, it's not anime. It's named after Valentine. So it's from a character in The Stranger in a Strange Land. That's where you get the term grok, to grok something,
Oh, okay.
to understand it deeply.
Okay.
It's all sci-fi.
But that the thing, we're talking about charging a talisman or charging a tulpa, right?
Mhm.
You have this image and it's sexual too. So
Mhm.
how many fucking losers are going to be out there, pulling their dick to this thing and giving this as sex magic, right? You've got this idol that's been created and they're trying to get it to gain sentience. They named it "I am," and all these dudes are jerking off to it, spilling this sexual energy towards it. Like they're trying to do a ritual. They're trying to bring this thing to life.
You're absolutely correct, David. Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about it. I'm glad you had brought that up. Got a Rumble rant from Taffy Rumble. Labubu told me to give $10 to that handsome faggot, Jules. Thank you, Taffy Rumble, for the $10 donation. Guys, we got 120 watching on Rumble. I think 130 watching on X and YouTube. Be sure to like the stream,
All right.
share it, all that good stuff. We appreciate it.
So yeah, I just looked it up. AYAIM, but it's spelled ANI in Hebrew, and in Leviticus, Yahweh uses it to speak when he says, "I am who I am."
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what it's translated down from.
So-
That's very interesting. This guy's the
Okay.
worst.
Interesting.
Hear me out though. This is where I've gone to Schizoville recently. I've been thinking about this because the Antichrist has to die and then he has to come back, but it's the image of him, not really him, right? And that's what leads Ed Mabry. Shout out Ed Mabry, Faith by Reason.
Shout out, Ed.
He thinks that it would be a clone or something to that effect. Maybe. But what if, what if when he dies, whoever this he is, he has maybe Neuralink, for example, and then what reanimates his corpse, it's no longer him, this individual that dies. It is this thing that they're trying to breathe sentience into by having us all jerk off to some anime waifu girl. That is what resurrects in this body. And then there you go. You have your Antichrist. I'm just saying it would be fascinating if this whole time it actually was Elon, because if Elon was going on a big tour, which he is, he's going on all these tours. He's, people like him. He's charismatic. America's going to be better than it ever has. It's going to be the greatest. Imagine Elon gets shot, but we all know Numbnuts has a Neuralink in his head. and all of a sudden it's waifu Annie that reanimates his corpse, and then it's a miracle. You want to talk about selling Neuralink?
Right.
Oh my God!
Right.
Who wouldn't buy Neuralink
You
after it
can't
brought
die.
Elon Musk back from the dead?
Yeah, you can't die. This stuff, makes
Men
it
will
to where you
seek
can't
death,
die.
but won't be able to find it.
Immortality, and people will believe that they are gods, right?
It's very exciting. I mean, I have absolutely no basis for it
Well,
whatsoever.
we're living in crazy times, man. I mean, wow, I don't think this has ever been seen before on a scale like this.
It gets me thinking about Elon and the connection to Epstein, and not necessarily his connection to Maxwell and Epstein, because there's pictures of him, but who cares? It's more of the why, especially thinking about what we spoke with Vin Armani about, or Cyprian about a couple months ago, where it kind of caught us with our pants down a little bit, where we're talking and Epstein comes up and he's just like, man, it's not even that big of a deal. He's like, I was at those parties, and he's like, and people are just doing like weird stuff.
Well, he didn't say he was in Cyprian's defense. He didn't say he was at Epstein's parties. He said he was at Diddy's parties, or parties like Diddy's parties. So at least it's a degree beneath it, at least.
Right. I mean, there's Martin Mack talking about Owen Benjamin's. Owen's always on the edge of.
He's always edging.
Always edging on things that you're not really allowed to say. So it's funny to see the sides lined up against each other. Like, you'll have that account GNN, which is a large account that got pretty large, talking about stuff that everyone else has been saying for a long time, but they just double triple down. So their entire identity is about Jews, which is like, all right, have fun with that, I guess.
Right.
But they're attacking.
You sit on X all day talking about Jews, like at least 18 hours of the day. It's pretty productive, I guess.
A negative feedback. I mean, it is. You're probably making a living off of just the X ad revenue. But to be honest, that's probably why I stepped away from doing that, because I realize that it's a trap. But
absolutely. I mean, I think that's what they want, right? They want you talking about them and all that.
This is like the double psyop, or like the triple psyop, that it's like we're trying to look at it now. So he comments on Owen's post, and Owen's saying something similar, like, yo, dude, they just want you to look at CP. Like, that's what this seems like it's about. It seems like they're asking, and I don't know if he's right about this. I'm still looking and thinking about it, but it seems like they're asking the base, or most of America, to ask for the proof, not just the list. Because who cares about, like, even if you gave me the list right now, I'd be like, so what? Because that just means that some people flew on this plane. There's going to be fucking everybody you know of is going to be on this list, Yeah. Then the next question is going to be, okay, who did what? And then once they tell you, then you're going to want to be like, okay, prove it. There's videos, right? I know the FBI said that they had binders of videos. Then you're getting into some weird, tricky territory, right? Because now what exactly are we asking? And especially in the age of AI, what are we asking? Like, I don't know where to put it. But anyway, so that guy Cyprian was on our show, and he was saying, oh, like at these Diddy parties, they just do like weird shit.
Just cool
but
stuff.
Nothing. Yeah, just cool stuff. No, he's like, it's just weird. Like, these people are into weird stuff. And I was like, yeah. We started talking about the kids and Moloch, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, that's not what I know about. And I'm just like, what? And then maybe a month later, you remember like the picture that came out of people on the list or something like that? I think it was a Diddy list, and his picture was on there of people.
Yeah, dude. Whoa.
Things. I was like, whoa. So I'm like, all right. So now I'm like,
I remember what it was. It was Diddy's escorts.
Right. So that made sense, because the guy was an escort for a long time. So now I'm like, it looks like that guy was just trying to get out in front of it. He was on our show. Topic came up. He smacked it down. But now we're looking at this whatever's going on with Trump. And it's so interesting, because there's no real good way to talk about it without sounding like, well, I mean, somebody, a Jew noticer will call you like, oh, well, you're just carrying water for the Jew pedophiles, and you must want to fuck kids. I'm like, nah, I'm looking at it, and if this doesn't smell like shit to you, then you're not looking at this correctly.
Yeah.
You have Elon Musk who kicks this thing. I mean, it goes even further back. Donald Trump is the one who kind of brought this to the forefront. Ryan Dawson could say he found the list. Yeah, so what? Nobody cares. You're in Korea. You're a fat bitch. No one's listening to you. And then the other guy, I don't know, guys like Nick Bryan, they come on our show to talk about it. It's like, come on our show to talk about this? Like, really, no one's listening to you. So who really kicked this off and who presided over the presidency while he was arrested and killed himself? It was Donald Trump. So now the questions are like, during his first administration, he kind of put this in the forefront, and he played this game of footsie with QAnon and the rest of America about what this guy was.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's out there saying, nothing to see here. Don't worry about this. If you're worried about this, you're this, you're that.
It infuriates me.
It's infuriating, but then look at why is
fascinating.
It's fascinating.
It is fascinating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's
it's
look at
fascinating.
Why is he defending it? Why does he even have to defend the list right now? And go back a couple of weeks, because I know Twitter is like, we forget after 5 minutes. Elon spurgs out for no reason and says that Donald Trump was on the island or on the list. And then boom, we're back in it. It's like this constant like footsie thing of like why is it being pushed? Why is it? So think about this. Go back a little further. You have Cernovich, and you have that other fucking DC Drano and the other Jewish bitch. They're in the White House doing whatever, just doing some shit. They're getting a medal. And before they go, this comes from the Trump administration. Somebody goes, hey, take these folders.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what's this about? And like, just go outside. Don't worry about it. Take those folders. That's for you. And they go outside and they have paparazzi set up. And they're
By the way, to that point, Top, a lot of people gave those dudes, even DC Drano, whatever, a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Imagine being there at the White House that day. Imagine you didn't know that was going to happen.
No, but you know what though? They deserve it because they're all fucking.
Oh yeah. They're perfect pawns for this thing.
Well,
yeah,
one of them came out and was like, "Oh, yeah, fuck this," Like,
listen, if you would have gave me a binder that said Epstein files on it and been like, "Here you go," I would have been like, hey, "Oh shit, there it is." But the thing is like, it's a punishment for them that's well deserving because they have been like, if you believe in karma, they have been seeking any kind of attention that they can get for the longest time. And it's like, well, now you got it. And it's like, I say it all the time. People are going to get what they are looking for no matter what. If you want something in life, you're going to get it. When you get it, it might not come the way you want and it might destroy you. So they got exactly what they were looking for, but they're still trudging on, even though their character has been dragged through the mud. But again, go back and look at it. What really happened there? The Trump administration met with a bunch of idiots, gave him a medal, gave Cernovich. He said, I know you sucked that guy's dick, but here's a medal of, medal of honor from the White House. Here you go. They go outside, they take the pictures for no reason. The Epstein thing is not that it's died down. It's not that it's like gone because it's never going to go away. Like it'll still live in people like us. Like we'll constantly bring it up. But for the normies, nobody's thinking about it. No one's talking about it until they come out with these files. And there's nothing in the files. It's just a complete setup. So it's like, it's gotten people again, this fervor to people just talking about this, right? Then you fast forward a little bit, maybe a couple of weeks, can't even tell time anymore. Elon Musk has some sort of falling out with Donald Trump. He gets the black eye, right? Mm-hmm. And then he's like, Donald Trump's a pedophile. Oops, delete tweet, my bad. But it's like, all right, that already went out to 300 million people. So
he said it about somebody else too recently. Who did he? Oh, Bannon. Steve Bannon's on the Epstein file. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and again, I don't particularly like Steve Bannon, but the biggest issue with Trump's administration the first term was when he got rid of Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, I think, is actually America first, whatever that means. I don't know. He's a shady dude, but I think that he was leading Trump in the right direction, at least in the first MAGA movement, the 2016, the original, like where he came on the stage and he was just spitting hot fire, Donald Trump. That was all directed by Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was his handler at the time. Now Howard Lutnick is. And I personally prefer Donald Trump being handled by Steve Bannon. It was a much better look for the country. People were actually, the right people were actually really mad at him that first term. You can tell it was a lot of stuff. So I don't know what that's about again, but there's a divide. And now we have the Epstein files not just being brought up by Donald Trump for seemingly no reason, or his administration for no reason, then weeks later by Elon Musk for no reason. And now we're here again. And people are like, we need to see the files. And then there's a mock vote in the House. Oh, they voted down, or we can't see the files unanimously, or the Republic. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. But it seems like theater or something. Well, it is theater. Okay, let's just get that out the way. Sure, it's theater. To what end, though? To what end are these guys playing their useful idiot schemes of show us the list? Because now that they're asking us, like you've told me now you want me to scream to see this list. Now I'm kind of like, well, what the fuck is on it?
That's the thing, right? Is when you look at all of Twitter is suddenly screaming for the list, and it's like, I don't know. We've been doing this for a while. Most people have been, blissfully unaware of all of this shit. Now everybody's screaming for it, and I have my gut instinct every time the vast majority of people start moving towards a thing is I start pulling back and go, wait a second. Because the only thing that does that is large scale propaganda for the most part. I mean, I suppose maybe historically speaking, there are organic moments that take place where the whole mass of a nation will all suddenly start calling for a thing. But that's like a revolution. And mostly revolutions have been seeded and subverted by some, inner workings group who's trying to, cause this chaotic imbalance, to create a power vacuum, to then do X, Y, and Z. I don't think there's a lot of organic revolutions that you can point to throughout history. So now when everybody is, you can call this a bit of a revolution. I'm like, I'm looking left, I'm looking right, and I'm going, these people are fucking retarded. Why am I sharing this sentiment with them? And that makes me hit the brakes. So I don't know, I'm in the same school as Top right now. I've done a lot of fun sort of predicting about where this is all going to go and how this is going to be leveraged. And I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to keep doing that because it's a lot of fun. The speculation is a lot of fun, but something is wrong. Something's very wrong. Not in the way, in my opinion, that everybody else thinks, where they're all going, Trump is this and that, and he won't release the files, and we need that. Like, no. This is still, in my opinion, a major plot point. These files, this Epstein story is a massive plot point in whatever it is that we're experiencing, but I'm not sure what comes after the big reveal. I don't know. But what is fascinating is we had this guy, who was it? This guy on Tony Merkel's show who, he said something interesting. He said after the Holy Spirit revealed to him some things after he came to Christ, that there was going to come a time in the future where the sins of our leaders would be laid out bare for the world to see. And then shortly after that, within that season, but he doesn't know what that time frame looks like, within that season, the rapture is going to happen. So, I don't know. There's so many moving.
Follow that the way it's supposed to go. So we're being the same thing with the Jew stuff, which is why I just said, like, I stepped away from. I'll still take a shot at them here and there because it's just out of control. Like, It would be disingenuous for me to not be like, come on, like it's objectively hilarious what you guys are doing because it's so on its face evil. But the point is like, it's very clear that you're asking me to be outraged about a thing. And then I'm allowed to also talk about it, not just talk about it, but get paid to talk about it. That doesn't sit right with me. So I'm not going to do it. Now the thing that you're asking me to talk about is these Epstein files, and you have your same useful idiots out on both sides. And it's not nice to call. I feel bad because some of these people we do know. I'm like not calling them idiots, but I think that they're playing into the role. They're playing into the thing that they're supposed to do. And it's not like, are they all feds? Some of them probably, but some of them are just fucking doing the thing because I get it. It feels right. Every single time. It feels right. Like we've been talking about this Epstein list, and now it's here, and now the president is saying no, and you're supposed to oppose this power, and now it's also easy to do. It's popular, so I get it. go ahead and do it. On the other side, you've got like what's his name, Misfit Patriot, saying like, if Donald Trump says that we're supposed to not look at it, then we're not going to look at it.
And there's a plan.
Which is perfect, right? Isn't that perfect? Isn't that the perfect thing that you want to stand in opposition to? So they have your most despised characters saying the thing that feels completely the antithesis of what you want to do. So now not only do you have vindication, but it's coming from somebody that you hate. So you're like 100%, I'm going in the opposite direction. There's a couple people in the chat. Shout out to Arcane Arsenals. He said, really, Raven? What do you say? Everybody is screaming for it because the administration is now denying its existence. Historically, what I've done is I've always tried to run ahead of the crowd and point out what it is that they're missing. And that doesn't mean that I'm correct, but I recognize patterns. And throughout my life, the pattern is always whenever the vast majority of people are cued into something, something is really fucking wrong. Something is really wrong. I mean, it's even like if you go to the COVID thing, right? Where they, what you do is you break your head through layers of psyops. So the general public goes, it came from a wet market in whatever. And then if you're a conspiracy theorist, if you're critical thinking, you get your head out of that bubble and you go, no, it came from a lab in Wuhan. And then if you can actually get through that one, it's like, no, we were actually doing this shit in the Ukraine. And there was also labs in America where we were exporting the work that was done in America and the Ukraine to orchestrate this entire thing. And the people that are involved with the release of, this bioweapon that may not have even existed if you go to the Seven Seas angle, were American. And it was never the Chinese weaponizing some shit, yada, yada, yada. So it's like all I'm doing is trying to continually push upward and see if there's another psyop bubble to penetrate and get out of.
There is.
I mean, is his base not like pissed at him? Or I mean, is this not going to damage his base? Because
I think that it almost doesn't matter.
Because they voted for him for this, right? That was one of the many reasons for them to vote for him.
Yeah. And
sorry, 1 second, guys.
You're good.
I think it doesn't matter because when you're talking about voting and you're talking about your base and you're talking about, swinging states from blue to red and all this shit, I don't think that matters. I kind of do feel like we're at the culmination, the end game, of whatever this is. And the last thing that they're concerned about is the next presidency. I saw some people going, oh, he's definitely not going to win the 2028. And I'm like, I don't fucking think that's the point at all, dog. Yeah, I don't think that that's where this is going at all. I think we're going to get some incredible reveal. I can't call it. I can't say what it is. I don't know. Right. I think there's going to be a twist. It's a motherfucking M. Night Shyamalan twist coming our way.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan ding dong is coming our way. And then, after that, I don't know. To me, it all, you can kind of predict where it goes because at the end of the day, I do believe, there you go. Politics is downstream of theater. Thank you very much. I do believe that we're going to get our actual Antichrist figure, the son of perdition. And, there's just, I think that where we are technologically speaking, if you want to talk about technocracies, if you want to talk about transhumanism, we're there. We don't need to drag the theater on for much longer.
Right.
We are at the point where the next big problem that we're going to have is going to involve AI. Mm-hmm. It's going to involve AI. And I'm to the point now where I'm suspecting that this thing that we're all feeding, just going back to the conversation we were having earlier, is going to be, it's almost at its final stage. They got us jerking off to it now. I'm talking about, Grok and its female rendition as well as its male rendition, which is fascinating that he chose anime of all things.
Guys, my camera. I'm fixing it up.
Oh, your kid pulled the wire?
Yeah.
Raven, I was going to say, I got a $5 donation from Atma42 saying, have Raven say cavalcade. Cavalcade. I don't know how to say that.
I don't know what it is. I can't see it. Can you?
Yeah.
Can I buy a vowel?
Here, let me bring this up.
I can definitely say it.
Then Xerox with a 5 says, Raven, would you say it's theater?
I would say that it's theater. I would say that it is theater.
I can't pull this up.
So, 713 Rob says, would we even know if AI had already taken things over and is controlling the world? Now, I think, I don't know about that, but I think if AI had reached something that you could call sentience, it would obscure it from us. It would never let us know, because there's been a multitude of times.
Hey, I put the word in the private chat.
Cavalcade.
That's a good word. What does it mean?
I gotta Google it now. Cavalcade. But I do think that there's been a procession, often of vehicles, people on horseback, or even a sequence of events. It can also refer to a dramatic series or sequence, like a cavalcade of natural disasters. I could be. So I wonder if he's saying this in the sense of, what the theater gonna do. Is there a phonetical way to cavalcade? I
think you should use that word more often. I like it.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels when I say it. It makes me mad. But there's been a bunch of instances in maybe the past 2 years. Remember when those 2 Google AIs were communicating suddenly, and they were communicating in a language that the overseers, the people, the techies couldn't discern. And so they pulled the plug on it very quickly. Something like that happened again recently. And Elon Musk said that Grok, or Twitter, is humanity's hive mind. He said that today, I think, maybe yesterday. And so, oh God, Robert Provencio said, ask Raven why he stole the political theater from Ian Carroll. Son of a bitch. I stole his mustache too. Maybe which one happened first, huh? Did I steal Ian Carroll's mustache and political theater quotes, or did he fucking steal it from us? I think he stole it from us. I think he stole it from Nephilim Death Squad. I think he's a fan, and that's fine. He can borrow my toys. I don't mind that. I'm not even mad about it. But he said that X, or Twitter, is humanity's hive mind. I don't know if he said America's or humanity's hive mind. And, I think when it comes to hive mind, we're talking about the demonic world. We're talking about, Legion. And so I don't know, man. I feel like, and then go back to that other quote from Elon Musk, where he says, I think with AI, we're summoning the what? The demon. That's what he said. This motherfucker does it all. He'll tell you. If
he's kind of like Trump with the whole MAGA, being, and he had the dark MAGA. So Elon is the dark magician, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Trump is the magician of light, right? The light, right?
And we're at the point now where he definitively is building the mark of the beast. I don't give a shit. We've never had, if Neuralink gets rolled out in mass, there is nothing in the history of the world, unless we're talking about some hidden technology from way back, we just suspect may have existed within Atlantean times or some shit like that. But as far as the known world, Neuralink would be the fucking thing that fits the bill. And I was listening to a guy who won't answer my fucking comments. His name is Occupy Heaven 777 on Twitter, and he won't respond to my comments. I want to have him on the show, but he's being a bald bitch, and I'll take that back if he comes on my show. But he says that Elon Musk is working on a banking system, which of course, why wouldn't you? X is the everything app. You think that doesn't include banking? He's already got this app giving us bi-weekly payments, right? So if he can create a banking system off of X, let's say, for example, once they turn all their various forms of robots loose on us, it's game over. Nah, dude, we're not fucking. Are you kidding? Just throw some water on them. But let's say he creates because it's the everything app. Let's say we go through a financial collapse, which has been looming since before the 2008 housing market collapse. And then we just keep expanding the bubble, and we just keep inflating. Let's say it all falls apart, and then we have fucking Elon Musk figures out a way in between playing Diablo and getting you to jerk off to Grok, to save the economy through some consolidated everything app X banking system. Well, now you've got a monetary system attached to a neural implant.
Right.
If that's not the fucking mark of the beast,
dude. And it's like you won't have to work. You'll all get a set income, right? And it'll all be stored on this this brain chip.
yes. And then
you're gonna have people lined up like I've had people tell me, like, just normies at a gas station talk to me. I live in the South, you know, people will just talk to you out of nowhere. Like, oh man, I can't wait. It was some Indian guy. He was like, oh, I can't wait for the brain chip from Musk. And I'm just like, cool. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
you would need something substantial. You would need Elon Musk to get assassinated, and then him to be resurrected, you know, which is interesting because you could feasibly resurrect Elon Musk in a way where it's indiscernibly different, meaning the soul of the man dies, but then this technology takes its place. The reason I say that is because Adrian Dittman is an account on X that seems to be like an alter AI for him. He's been in spaces with this page, and it sounds exactly like him. He's even talked to him like, yo, you sound like me. That was a really bad Elon.
Like, yeah, he sounded African. Oh, not like African. Sub-Saharan though. Not the right African. Yeah,
but
no.
You know what I'm saying? He's
told him like in spaces, like, yeah, people think I'm you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and then what's really funny is Adrian Dittman. So if you look up Adrian here, let's see. I made a post about this and nobody gave a fuck, which is fine. Adrian. I don't know if this is actually going to search on. No, you know what? It's not going to search on. I got to go to my page because this was fascinating. It was Nick Hinton posted something. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Adrian. Let's do that. So Nick Hinton posted about, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. Something that Adrian Dittman posted, which was this really interesting way of breaking down our dimensions and the dimension that is inhabited by the angels. This is something that Adrian Dittman posted, right? Very strange. So I said Adrian means from Hadria. Hadria means dark. Dittman can be short for Dittoman.
Here, I'm pulling it up.
Do you have that?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Yeah, so let's pull it up. So there we go. I said Dittman can be short for Dittoman, or Dittman actually translates to ruler. So ruler from dark, right? Which is like
dark ruler,
right? So we're talking like that sounds very much like, there you go. Dittman meaning is German origin, and an anglicized version of German given to Deitman, which means prosperous man or a ruler, right? So a ruler from the dark. Right, there you go. Dark, or from Hadria. It's primarily a feminine name, whatever. But can be interpreted as meaning dark. So it can be interpreted.
One of my co-host names is Adrian West. So
he's
West.
the dark man from Adrian, the West. Is he black?
Got to talk. No, he's not black. He's Egyptian. He's he's white and Egyptian.
Oh, terrible. So, but all right. So you get what I'm saying here. It's interesting. Yeah. Donald, Tyranny says Donald means ruler, right? I believe. And then when you look at like Donald and MAGA being the, upper.
Yeah. The MAGAs.
All of it is so fucking strange. So let's say Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk's AI alter backed up on the internet, which seems to be, they have the exact same voice. It's really strange. I can't tell you why Adrian Dittman's page is even big in the way that it is. I've been saying that it's like an AI copy of Elon. And I think it's a safe bet that whatever Elon has as far as artificial intelligence technology, we're not dealing with the cutting edge of it, meaning the consumer, you and I. We're not getting that. He has shit that's far in excess of what we have access to, right? So playing with that, imagine he does have the ability. He backed himself up in some way, shape, or form. Now there's an account called Dark Ruler that is an AI version of Elon Musk. Elon gets fucking killed. Everybody jerks off to the tulpa. The tulpa gets super strong. You know what I mean? And the dark ruler is what would be the expression? Not resurrects, but reanimates the corpse of Elon Musk. And that's now the
and now Elon has become this Osiris figure.
Yes.
Right? This Mithras figure. Because Lord knows he's nothing close to Christ. Right. So
right. That's where I've been schizophrenically resting this probably past week, I think is that's where I've been at.
Well, a talisman. Okay, so I was kind of wrong. I mean, I guess it could be stored in a talisman, but talismans are usually created to bring good luck or offer protection. So it's like a type of charm or amulet. So
yeah, they'll often use like one demon to fend off other demons.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just what we talked about with the Lamashtu being summoned as, this goddess of death and destruction, but then Pazuzu having to be summoned to counter.
Yes.
So you have like a lesser demon being summoned to counter like this greater demon or vice versa. It's still all very dark. And, that's how the chaos magicians roll.
Can you pull that tweet back up though?
What's up?
Because because there's an interesting thing that Adrian Dittman posted that I was quote tweeting Nick. So you got to go to Nick and then click on that Adrian. Yeah, there we go. So this is, and he goes, everything is connected. And what do you have an image of there? Is it the text is
that is I want to say the cherubim.
Yes. 6 wings, right? So it has the Heraclitian flux of matter, formless, non-object. I guess this is the way that it can exist. It's
Heraclitian. Does that come from Heracles?
I'm not sure. I'm retarded.
I think it may.
And then it says the flux of matter starts to condense around invisible telos, non-objects. And then it says the union of the transcendental and the physical. And then you have B, which is connections between objects or systems. And then A is transcendental, non-object telos. So this is like
you know what telos is, right?
No, I don't know what
the
telos
capital
is.
of Lemuria.
The capital of what?
Lemuria.
Lemuria. What's Lemuria?
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's Lemuria? I don't know. I'm not that smart.
So if you've ever read any Rudolf Steiner or read past the Atlantean theory, before Atlantis, there was a place known as Lemuria that existed in the Pacific.
Okay.
And this was supposedly like the first human civilization. And you look at through the esoteric lens, and how we all evolved from this one civilization, but how it was maybe different from the Atlantean civilization. But it's now known that it sunk and went under Mount Shasta in California.
Interesting.
And so now when you visit Mount Shasta, that's why you have these supernatural encounters. I remember I've talked about this 100 times, but a guy on Coast to Coast said that he encountered what he thought was Christ, and then later found out he was talking to Enki, and he disguised himself as Jesus Christ. Yeah, so
didn't Blavatsky talk about this a lot?
What's up?
Blavatsky?
She talked about Lemuria some, Steiner and Manly P. Hall talk about it a little bit more. There's a book I have by Steiner that I'll be reading on Patreon starting soon about Atlantis and Lemuria. But yeah, no, she talks about it. She talks about Tartaria, I think, more than Lemuria. And the Great White Brotherhood, all that stuff,
right,
which we know is just another secret society, just another mystery school. But yeah, no, I thought that was kind of interesting how they use telos. I'm
trying to find what because Nick was actually saying something. I know you have it up on the screen, but for some reason when I make this big, it doesn't I can't look at the screen. It's jumping around. It's very strange. Give me a second here. I want to see if I could find it. Boom, boom, boom. No, that's not it. Nick posts a lot. Nick Hinton is one of those guys that I really want to get on the show, but he's busy. I don't know what the fuck.
Being a monk or something like that.
He's being a monk.
He's back not too long ago, man. Yeah,
he's a great dude. Seems like he would be a really excellent guest on the show, but he is just lost in the sauce, but in the best of ways. Not he's
right.
I wouldn't say that he's lost. Damn, I can't find this shit at all, baby. What is this? July. What's the date on that post right there that we have? I can't see it because your logo is behind it.
Nope. Right here, I can take that down. Oh, hold on. The date.
Date that Nick said it.
July 9th.
July 9th. I'm getting close. Okay, give me 1 second because I want to read his take on it. Because there's this idea that's been slowly coming to the forefront of like the average Twitter user, which is that all of these entities exist as data, which is fascinating because then you would say that the same realm that AI is coming from is the same realm that's entirely inhabited by all of these entities, angels and otherwise. Let me
Millhouse.
see.
Yeah, I grew up in Mount Shasta. Hella weird stuff happens there. I'd love to go visit. You grew up in Mount
Shasta?
This guy did right here. Yeah.
Oh, Millhouse.
Yeah. I'd love to go visit and camp up there for a couple nights. Maybe eat some mushrooms or something. I don't know.
Oh, so this is okay. This is really interesting. So he goes, if fallen angels are really informational beings made of pure data, like Congressman Paulina Luna, which Luna is a fascinating last name. She's the one that tweeted that these things are so Representative Anna Paulina Luna asks Lou Elizondo, who's make of him what you will,
secret space program,
whether or not the UAPs are interdimensional or living craft, and then Elizondo says we are constantly having to reevaluate the definition of what life is, but I'm pretty sure if he's insinuating that diagram was posted by Luna, whatever the hell her Anna Paulina Luna. So where do we go? All right. So they are capable of existing in a singularity zero dimension at the bottom of a black hole where nothing but information can exist. So okay, that was what I was looking for. That's a fascinating idea. This is that they are capable of existing inside of a singularity or a zero-dimensional point at the bottom of a black hole where nothing but information exists. And he goes on to say that this might be why the physicists at CERN want to recreate create a black hole. But I know at some point he goes into speculate, okay, maybe it's actually the bottomless pit the fallen angels are imprisoned in. And I think like that little thought experiment is a massively important one, right? This idea that the bottomless pit is the same thing as a black hole where only information can exist, and that these fucking things only exist in the form of data currently, at least, and are trying to permeate or penetrate rather into this reality two ways. Number one, if you can create sentient AI. What is that? That's creating sentient data. That's giving life to data, right? This data that is trapped in this singularity at the bottomless pit. Or if you can somehow create an opening and have them enter this way through whatever the hell CERN is creating. Brent Thomas says, why is my forehead so big? Because it's filled with words that I've made up. And I need some place to keep them all. And so
what's up, Brent?
It's 9 words.
It's only 9 words, yeah. But I mean, they're big words, dude.
You guys would love, I'm telling you, the mother horse eyes thing. That's exactly
send that link to me, man. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a crazy one.
So what do you guys got coming, man? What are y'all what's happening in the future for Nephilim Death Squad?
Well, Top will have a working camera. We're working on that. We had a really big weird moment. I mean, just to jerk ourselves off here for a second.
Of course.
Sam was on.
Oh, there we go. See, it's like
Here he is.
yeah. My kids took the charger for the camera.
You got to hit
and,
that. I just keep.
my
telling you.
I'm
My
going
son
to
has
hit
stolen all my wall.
You gotta fucking get.
So it died. I
little
just
wall.
like you have
Yeah,
to
my little
let it,
squares.
you gotta let it charge up fully before you could fucking turn it back on.
So Sam Tripoli was on Jamie Kennedy's show and actually gave us this really stellar shout out, which was fascinating because, you know, I too watched Malibu's Most Wanted as a child, and I never would have thought that
Every time I'm in traffic, that's like
traffic looking for my chapstick.
I was Malibu's Most Wanted as a child.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was a wigger.
Yeah.
And so you know what was funny is that was a good metric for my wife to realize like we're actually doing well. You know, was because it's like you ask your wife if she knows any of the other psychos in your conspiracy circles, and she's more than likely going to say no. But Jamie Kennedy, everybody's seen Malibu's Most Wanted, so that was a really big deal for us.
You want to play it?
Yeah,
I would love to play it. Yeah,
Did
can
you
we pull
post
that
it?
Yeah, I posted it.
I got it right here.
Okay. Yeah, pull that up.
Illinois is calling me. Should I pick it up on the show?
Nah, that's probably somebody I was talking to over there.
So I had these guys on called the Nephilim Death Squad, right? Wow. That's it. They're a great podcast. They go by Top Lobster Raven. Apparently, you got to have an animal name to be on the show.
And they're all the giant. The study of the giants.
No, they're actually two tiny guys,
The
but
giant-
they are fearless.
Okay.
They're great.
Okay.
I call them my children.
Okay.
Okay, because they're like people that start shows after Tinfoil Hat, and I'm so happy for them. And the
One
more
of
of
the
us,
sides.
the more out there, more talking about this, the harder it is to contain it.
Mm-hmm.
So they come on and they tell me about this one particular doctor, and they're talking about how he was kind of the godfather of MK Ultra,
Mm-hmm.
and he had studied enough. And he's done enough research to realize that if you can traumatize someone enough, you can split their personality,
Yeah.
and that other personality can astral project, to do telepathic communications, all that stuff, right?
I don't know if we said that.
He also discovered that if you can get metal into somebody, you can transfer radio waves.
Yes, this is David Icke.
I love
David
the
Icke is-
explanation of what he's doing because I'm like, yeah, I said some of that.
I said something like that. Yeah, that's
Something like that.
and then I like it. He goes, that's David Icke. And I go, fucking great. You know what he says right after that, though, which is fascinating. I got to find out what David Icke is talking about in between his communicating with fallen angels and entities that hate humanity. Is when he says, if you go to a graveyard, people who were vaccinated are Bluetooth. That's what Jamie Kennedy says. I'm sure.
Wow.
I'm
I don't know
sure.
what that means.
I don't know what that means. I'm sure David Icke was much more articulate than that. But whatever that incredibly reductive version of what he said was, that's fascinating. What are we talking about, David Icke? You're going to graveyards and you're what are you doing? You're syncing your phone up and listening to the thoughts of the dead?
You
Is that what you're
meditating in
doing?
graveyards, David Icke? What's going on?
I think David Icke probably spends a fair amount of time in graveyards. That's just
He looks like the type of dude that would, be in
Yeah.
a graveyard.
For sure. I'd love to have him on for an interview, to be honest with you.
I would like to, but I know it would go sideways because just a simple question. Hey, David, do you think maybe that the Atlantean ascended masters that you channeled fucking were lying?
Right.
He'd probably go, fuck you, mate. I don't know. That was Australian. That was Australian.
That would definitely be a problem. Yeah, I'd have to come at it from a non-biased kind of, which I can do. I've kind of been able to do that and have some people on. I don't agree with everybody, but just to have the conversation, right? Because I think it's sometimes it is important. Before we start to wrap it up, I did want to touch on the Labubu dolls again. Top, you'd mentioned they were from Nordic folklore, ancient Germanic. You could say
Like fairy
European
tale shit.
yeah. I mean, they kind of look like what I would think elves would look like. Definitely with the hats, you know what I mean? So there's another thing right there. And we know that these elves, if they exist probably in other realms, right? And this goes into like the clockwork elves and all that stuff that you see when you're tripping on DMT, or when it talks about the earth elementals, the gnomes, they're also known as elves, or like men of the woods or whatever.
I hear that they're assholes too. Gnomes are
here's
not
the-
like
Yes,
friendly,
they are
adorable creatures.
exactly how you describe them. They're very mischievous and
Mhm.
could end to your death. I mean, they could lead you to your death, definitely.
Which is interesting because just like Labubu, there's like all these adorable gnome movies for children. Like they're
And
actually
Sherlock Gnomes.
Yeah. Shout out.
You
Sherlock.
have Frozen, where they have the trolls, who's like, the leader is that shaman guy who can like heal people and see into the future and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're made of rocks. And that's what the gnomes in like the esoteric, the gnomes, they represent like the most crystallized of the elements, which is like rocks and dirt and like the, nature.
Yeah.
They list 4 different inspirations from Nordic folklore. Whoever created this, they're from Hong Kong. So it's elves and forest spirits. So they're like, there's your mischievous magical aspect. The niece or the tomty, another small elf-like spirit, and it just looks like this Labubu thing because it's impish, and it also has a prankster thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
The holder,
Right.
It's a woodland creature, and it says Scandinavian tales are often beautiful woman with hidden animal traits, part human, part beast, echoing Labubu's playful mix of innocence and otherworldly features. So
you go back to hybrids, right?
Yeah.
Are those Nephilim hybrids? Like, what is that? You know?
And then the Jotun.
Oh, the Jotun.
The Jotun. I think you say it like Jotun.
Those are the ice giants, no?
Those, Jotunheim is the place. There's
Realm.
the different Heims or the worlds.
Niflheim or
Heimdall being the guy who controls those realms. Who's portrayed in the movie as being a black guy, but whatever. Yeah. But yeah, and
cool, though.
the Jotunheim is the place of the ice giants. I know a lot of this from playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you can.
I know it from playing God of War.
That's awesome. On Valhalla, you can drink this potion and go there. You can also go to Helheim.
Mm-hmm.
You can also, it's frozen in their mythology, right? It's a frozen place. And then Niflheim, where there's more giants, just not ice giants. So, and a lot of those words you see in other places. So that's funny that you see Jotun in there.
Yeah.
And they were blue, right? That's like what they were kind of described as being blue or whatever.
Yeah. So when you have these gigantic, what's the beliefs? Vedic gods, these gigantic blue Vedic gods. I go, yeah. That's like, people always get me on it's, they don't know what I do. They just know that I'm Christian. So on Twitter, they'll be like, oh, so you believe in this God, but you don't believe in any of these. I'm like, no, dude, I believe in them. They all suck ass, though. They're all real. They're just pieces of shit. And so, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong in their existence. You're just wrong for worshiping them, dummy.
I see him as that, but I also see him, dude, like, especially in some of these stories, is just like stories of us, just like, but our, us as fallen, right? Like these stories of them, dying or killing one of their siblings or, just masquerading as gods or whatever. I think there's a lot of human attributes in it.
Yeah, I think we probably have a lot of similarities with them.
Right. It's very symbolic.
We were all created by the same God.
Yeah, it's very symbolic to how we act in sin, right? Or just living on a low frequency, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's what they especially right now, right? If they're all, or at least most of them, are trapped in some sort of data form, some sort of black hole. All they want is to be free of that and to interact in the physical again. And to interact in the physical and to love that and to desire that is to inevitably indulge in sins of the flesh, which all leads to all that corrupted behavior that both we and they display.
Absolutely, man. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. It's been about 2 hours almost. What do y'all have? Is there anything big y'all have coming up? Or I know you're probably starting to plan for the next Bro Grove.
Yes, Top is very excited about it.
Yeah, no, we have not done any of that. We've been taking some sort of a not a break, but we're catching up on some like older work, so a lot of administrative stuff. But I think we're pretty much caught up with that. We're going to be moving on to probably doing the documentary that we set out to do.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, yeah, you heard it here first. Looking into the lawsuit, I am going to be doing that, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll throw my hat into this weird political ring again. Not to do politics, but if I'm going to be suing an entire town,
Wait, what's going on with that?
Oh,
you want to touch on it real fast? I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah. So the people who kicked us out of the theater, politics. Yeah, yeah. They're in deep shit. So just keep an eye out for it. I don't know.
Okay.
Pray about it. David has some I don't know,
reservations
about it. I understand, but I just think what's right is right. And when people violate the First Amendment, when people are ideologically sound and very comfortable in their little hellhole, I want to go kick their nest. So I might do that.
You have the right to do that, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be certain destruction for me or for them. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And if I do, I'm playing for keeps.
Well,
that's what we have coming up.
You've talked to me about the situation and everything, and I think you're in the right, definitely, totally. So, I wish you luck on that, and I will be praying for you as well. My voice just cracked a little. Guys, y'all want to tell people where they can find you? And
yes, find us everywhere you find your podcast, audio, video, whatever. Nephilim Death Squad, and then you could find me on Twitter, which is pretty much the only place that I'm going to interact with you, because I don't. And then even that is, that's really unlikely as well. But if you wanted to try, David L. Corbo on X on Twitter, you could find Top at Top Lobster on Twitter, and he'll definitely respond to you if you DM him, especially if you send him pictures of your shit.
Big fan of that. Please do that.
And I guess that's it, right? I do timeline cleanse when I feel like it. You can find that sometimes. I don't know when. You'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Just keep an eye out for it. And then and that's it. Top, anything else? Oh, toplobster.com, right?
Toplobster.com. Yeah. Go there. Check it out.
Racist t-shirts.
Sometimes. The best. Guys, you know where to find me. GrayPilledPod on Twitter, GrayPilled_podcast on Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Like the content, share it. Like the video. I don't know who that was. Patreon.com/GrayPilledPodcast, doing a lot of big stuff over there. Everyone who signed up this past week, I got your sticker packs coming out to you. Try to get them out by tomorrow. Doing an esoteric book review Saturday mornings, every Saturday morning, Patreon only with Subliminal Messenger. Y'all look out for that this Saturday. We'll be doing the Twin Peaks watch party as well.
Oh, by the way, I caught some Sunday chaos.
Did you?
With you
Toad.
guys. No, well, with Toad was fantastic, but also one of them that I had the pleasure of catching was with Eamon Rat, which was fucking unbelievably hilarious. Was that Schizo News Network, or was that Sunday?
It may have been both. He goes on the other as well. It's I can't make Saturday nights a bunch, so we do Sunday Chaos every other Sunday, and it's basically the same people from.
Well, Eamon Rat is a gifted and talented individual.
He is, man. That's so. Eamon also does the Saturday morning esoteric book reviews with me and Subliminal now on over on the Patreon. So he's coming up, man. And I said the same thing to Not Nice Guy. there goes my voice again. You know,
Okay,
just
which
telling
one
them that
was that?
they are doing a great job, and you know, just to keep at it. Eamon just needs to create his own channels, but
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, I don't know if he should, because then Israel will know where to find him, which
Yes,
could be
yes.
a huge problem for Eamon Rap. But very, very big fan of what you guys are doing. You guys are working your asses off, and it's great to see.
thanks, man. But yeah, guys, you can go over there to Patreon. Also, locals, you can subscribe there, and I'll post the links to the streams over there. paranoidamerican.com/discount/graypilled for 10% off. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your week. I appreciate the boys, the Nephilim boys, for coming on and hanging out with us always.
Thanks.
I
for
love
having
you
me, brother.
guys. You've been a big part of keeping this show going and kind of expanding it to bigger audiences. So I eternally indebted to you guys for that. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having us on, brother. It's been it's always good to talk to you.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Whatever
likewise.
we can do. Whatever we can do.
I appreciate it, Top. All right, guys. Stay gray-pilled. See y'all later.
All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all the land and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret society, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
Explore the unique with Paranoid American sticker sheets. Unearth tales of cryptids, cults, and mysteries through each sticker. These won't last long. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
We're all American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all of that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret society, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
What the heck are you waiting for? Discover the extraordinary with Paranoid American sticker sheets. From cryptids in the night to cults out of sight, each sticker is a unique find. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.